Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Amon Green, Gourmet Packers all-time leading rusher, and you're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Packer content. Go Pack, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. We are live on YouTube, Rumble, X, Facebook. We're joined alongside Jacob in Wisconsin. We got Tim in Green Bay. Emilio was in here shirtless just a second ago. I believe he'll be joining us shortly. I don't know. I feel like he's still celebrating Cinco de Mayo, boys, and it's well over a month later. So I don't know what's going on there. I do want to give a shout out to the chat tonight, as Chris the Casual says, I want AFAM's mom for a date where I will treat her like a lady, and then lo and behold, AFAM's mom is in the chat. That's kind of lovely, Chris.
A match made in heaven right here.
So, yeah, that popped off last night, man. I'm telling you, after the show, we noticed that AFAM's mom was hanging out in here. And if you guys aren't on the straight live here, you're missing out, because let me tell you, she's a beaut. She is an absolute beaut. We said thick. I wouldn't describe her as thick.
Man,
thick.
She's something. She got, I don't know. She got put away wet, something like that, man. Oof.
All right, now easy. Jake
like
says, wow, PTA dating. That's right. We're going to start a dating app, a PTA dating app. It's going to be exclusive to the Patreon group. So if you guys want to join that, just go to patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. $3 get you access to the dating app as well as all the other content on there. So
Packersonly.com. There you go.
You don't have to be lonely at Packersonly.com. So.
You will be, but you don't have to be.
Anything you boys want to talk about before we jump into the Green Bay, Minnesota breakdown here?
Anything but AFAM's mom and speed dating on our show.
I've got something I'd like to say.
You have the floor, Jacob. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I tried to rush
the Minnesota talk here, and now go ahead. I'm just joking.
I tried to rush in some late minute homework to try to see if I could create, something positive for the podcast other than AFAM's mom talk. But I was able to catch the first half of an interview with Ed Policy by Larry, and it was just released, I believe, about a couple hours ago on the Green Bay Packers YouTube channel. And I will say one thing: Ed Policy seems like a very lovely, very gentlemanly, nice man. But oh my Lord, I thought I was going to fall asleep listening to this guy spit, because he was just very yes sir, no sir, very proper. But I mean, I really liked, it seems like we are passing off the baton in very good, capable hands. It doesn't seem like any moment's too big for this dude. It seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. He really absorbed what Mark has taught him. He's been in the community for 13 plus years. His kids all went to school here, which I think is a really big deal, more than maybe most casual fans would maybe realize, because that's a huge deal, dude. You invest so much. Your kids literally spent their youth, their schooling years, and in this community. I would hope that you're going to do everything you can to make sure that you preserve and respect that community to the utmost. And I thought a fun fact before I had to cut it short to jump on here is Larry was like, hey, there's never been really a situation that's too big for you. At one point, at the same time, he was the president, the commissioner, and the CEO of the Arena Football League, because he was like, I'm the only one that can run this, so I'll do it. I thought that was pretty cool.
And I want to say, you may have just mentioned it while I was reading the chat. I apologize if I'm asking you to repeat something, Jake. Didn't his dad, and you guys in the chat probably know, I believe his father was involved with the 49ers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did you already say that?
I did not say that, but he comes from basically royalty in that aspect. I can't remember his first name, but the Policy name is legendary.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So I'm excited to get the Ed Policy era started here. And again, Mark Murphy, you got to tip your cap, which is what a phenomenal job he did. I'd love to send him out with the Super Bowl this year. That would be absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
And I feel like we're closer. Me personally, I think we're closer this year than we were last year. The chances of Jordan being banged up all year are, far slimmer this year, in my opinion. Obviously you can't say, all right, we're without Christian, because we were without Christian, significant amount of time last year. It seemed like every other game, it seemed like there was something that was kind of nagging him. He was still trying to battle through injuries and this and that. I feel like your team got better with the addition of Matthew Golden. Now, how much better, we'll find out. I think this defense 1 year in, they may take a slight step back, but if Jordan and the offense protects the football a little bit better, I think you're in a better spot. I do. I think it didn't raise immensely, but I would say 10% increase in the chance of winning the Super Bowl this year, something like that, maybe 15. I just feel like the team, when you go young, right, when you go with the younger team, one thing that comes into play is as time goes on, they're going to improve if you've got the right people, right? So it's like the worst part of that young team, that young era is over, and you're starting to step into them maturing a little bit, and then you add a few veterans. I think the sky's the limit for this team, man. I think they're going to surprise some people if they stay healthy, of course.
I agree with that. I think a 10% greater chance to bring Lombardi home this year than last year. Last year, I thought there was a 50% chance. 55% chance. So you add 10% to that. We're somewhere around
65%.
65%. That's what
65% chance of winning it all this year. I'll take them odds. Go Pack, go, baby.
United Bates says Carmen policy is pops. And then he went on to say San Francisco 49ers from 81 to 90, 1981 to 1990, vice president plus counsel to owner of the San Francisco 49ers from 91 to 97, president and CEO of the Cleveland Browns from 98 to 2004, president and minority owner.
Yep.
So
comes from a law background as well. So
nice.
That's awesome. That would explain what you're saying, Jacob, right? He's very direct to the point. Not going to mince any words, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Coach Flynn says Ed Policy saved the Arena League during COVID times. League almost folded. That's good info there. Appreciate that. And Daryl points out that Ed Policy's been with the Packers since 2012. This is something that I didn't realize he had been there that long, if that is an accurate number there, Daryl, but I know he had been in the waiting, right? Like he'd been working behind the scenes with Murphy. And when you think about that, and you said it is correct, is that right, Jacob, 2012?
Yep.
So when Mark Murphy took over, it was what? Am I thinking about 2008, 2009, somewhere around that time frame? So, I mean, he's been there, I mean, just 3 years shy of the same amount of time that Murphy has been. And Mark Murphy kind of let Ed Policy help him with the Titletown thing, the whole Titletown business development. So,
Yep. 2007